Alright, let's watch a movie. Here goes nothing. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Potter Plan Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Today, we are going to be discussing another movie. This movie is called Cats. And, it... Cats was released in 2019, and it stars Taylor Swift, James Corden, Judi Dench, Idris Elba, Rebel Wilson, and Robbie Fairchild. It was directed by Tom Hooper. And it stars Francesca Hayward, directed by Tom Hooper, and it was produced by Joe Byrne, Lisa Chasson, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Angela Morrison. And this movie is about this group of cats. They call themselves the Jellicles. I guess they're a cult or something. I don't really know. And they want to go to another realm where they can become anything they want to be. And Judi Dench chooses that cat based on a song that they sing. And Idris Elba's there, and he's a bad cat, and he wants that to be him. And somehow he's magic. So my first... I always read my pros first, but I feel like here I should start with the cons. Let's go ahead and start with the cons. So the plot is my first con with this movie. No. You know what? Let's talk a little bit about this before I get into my cons. So I remember when this movie was released a couple years ago, it was a huge meme, right? And I didn't go see it because I wasn't doing YouTube at the time. I didn't really have any incentive to go see it. It didn't interest me. I heard it was terrible. I thought, why go waste my money, right? So I just watched this movie for the first time today. And normally I like to watch a movie at least twice, unless it's new, before I review it to really cement my opinion of it. You couldn't pay me to watch this again. This was downright awful. I honestly can't believe that this was even made. It was such a huge misfire. It really has me questioning, what were they thinking? I wanted to cry while watching this. So let's get into my cons. So, like I said, the plot. The plot is weird. It doesn't really make much sense. So, like, Judi Dench is a cat, right? She's like the head cat. And she chooses one of them, based on like a song they sing, to go into like another realm and become whatever they want or something. And apparently, I think they're supposed to come back as whatever they want or something. I don't really know. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's creepy. The CGI in this movie, what is it with the CGI in this film? I don't get it. Why? See, this is why I always appreciate it when we get movies like Tenet, because it has practical effects. In that movie, they took an airplane and crashed it into a building. And they did it for real. Any other director other than Christopher Nolan would have just CGI'd it, but they did it for real in that movie, and that's why I appreciate movies like that. This movie is just a big CGI fest. Why are all the cats CGI'd? Why didn't they just put them in cat costumes? That would have been easier, cheaper, I think. It would have made a lot more sense, and it would have been better. So everything's CGI'd for no reason, and the CGI looks weird. The cats look weird, they're creepy. It's such a misfire. What were they thinking? The movie's really creepy. It's really creepy, like unintentionally creepy. The cats all seem to be kind of horny, which is unsettling. The humor in it is terrible, like really bad. Like, this is supposed to be a comedy. I didn't laugh once. Actually, I did laugh one time, and I'll talk about that later. But the humor's awful. Like, I don't understand why they would think any of that was funny. Like, every joke in this movie is so unbelievably unfunny, it was cringeworthy. And they make cat puns, too. It reminds me of Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin, how he kept making ice puns. It's not funny, it's not clever, it's cringy. This movie is really boring, too. I couldn't believe how boring this movie was. Like, I don't get bored by movies very easily. And so your movie really has to be boring in order for me to say that it was boring. And there were a lot of moments in this movie where, I mean, there was times where I was entertained, but there was a lot of moments in this movie where I was like, dude, I'm freaking bored. This is a boring movie. How is this so boring? Oh my gosh. So Francesca Hayward, she plays the main cat in this movie, right? She doesn't really do much for most of the movie. Most of the movie, she just sort of watches people sing and dance and does a little bit of dancing herself. But she spends so much of this movie just staring at other cats while they do stuff. And for most of the movie, I'm like, why is she even a part of this? There are things that happen in this movie that make no sense. Like, for example, for whatever reason, Idris Elba's character is magical, and that's never explained. The movie, I remember this movie had to be re-released because of how bad some of the CGI was. Like, I remember, like, the movie was in theaters for a week, and, like, people were saying that, like, you could see the actor's feet above the cat's feet. So they had to re-release it with a cleanup, which is just so stupid. I didn't care about any of the cat's problems. Every time the cats were sad about something, I just did not care. And there was one moment in this movie, so one of the cat characters in this movie is like a recluse. She's like not accepted by the other cats, right? And then she has this moment at the end of the movie where she sings a very powerful song and she just lets it all out, right? She just lets out all of her feelings and she sings very powerfully. And I burst out laughing. It was a serious moment, but I burst out laughing so hard because it was just so bad. Not that the singing was bad, it's just... I apologize if you can hear jets, by the way. I don't know what they're doing. I have a couple of pros with this movie. The sets are pretty cool. There's a lot to look at, but I can't even tell if they're CGI'd or not. Some of the dance choreography is pretty good, too. Actually, a lot of it is. I can definitely tell that they got some, like, professional dancers for this who knew what they were doing. And some of the music's pretty good, too, but I can't really give it credit for that, though, because it took it all from the play. So... So Cats is a movie, and it exists. I'm personally more of a dog person myself, and I think I want to smash this. Alright, I'm done talking about this. I'm going to give Cats a 15. 15 out of 100. Whew! That was bad. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Potty Player Entertainment for more and hit the like button. Leave me a review suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Potty Player Entertainment for channel updates, and I'm gonna go take a shower. I need it. I need it.